Hi, I'm Arthur with Northwest Registered Agent. Today we have Dawn. Dawn, thanks for being here.
So happy to be here today.
Today we're going to be talking about what non-compliant means for a Colorado business, and we'll talk about what you need to do to return your business to good standing with the state. So Dawn, a client was wondering what it means when their Colorado business is listed as non-compliant. What should I tell them?
That's a great question, Arthur. Non-compliant is a status given by the Colorado Secretary of State when a business hasn't filed their necessary paperwork.
Necessary paperwork? What are you referring to?
By necessary paperwork, I mean the Colorado Periodic Report, which needs to be filed every year, or keeping a current registered agent listed on file. Either way, the Colorado Secretary of State will send them a notification once they slip into that status.
So if a company is listed as non-compliant, what happens next?
From the time of notification, the company is typically given a 2-month window in which to get back to good standing. If they do not do this, the Secretary of State will change their status to delinquent.
What happens if they get listed as delinquent?
If they are listed as delinquent, then the Secretary of State no longer considers them legally operable, and if they continue to operate, they may be subject to penalties and fees.
Are there any other consequences to this?
Potentially, yes. If they're looking to foreign register into another state, that requires a certificate of good standing, which means that they have to be in that status to get one. Or if they wanted to apply for a loan, they might have to be in good standing in order to do that. Further, if the company is left in that status for more than 400 days, their business name becomes available for others to use.
So, how do they get back into good standing?
Generally, there's 3 things to look for. They could have a periodic report due, so they'd want to sign on and see if there's anything there for them to file. Or they might not have a registered agent listed, so they could file a statement of change in order to designate one. If they're in delinquent status, though, they're going to need to file a statement curing delinquency.
Okay. So, when looking at the Colorado Secretary of State's website, if they can't tell why they're listed as non-compliant or delinquent, what should they do?
If they're on there and they can't tell, I would go ahead and call the Secretary of State directly because there might be an issue there that we can't see.
Awesome. Thank you. So today we learned that the Colorado Secretary of State will send a business notification if you are non-compliant. We also learned that a business might be listed as non-compliant because the Colorado Periodic Report wasn't filed on time or the business doesn't have a registered agent on file. From the time of the non-compliance notification, the business is given a 2-month window to bring itself back into good standing. If you don't, the Secretary of State will change the status to delinquent. We learned that if your business is listed as delinquent, it is not legally recognized as operable in Colorado, and if you continue to operate, you could be subject to penalties and fees. You also might have trouble foreign registering or obtaining loans, as that often requires a certificate of good standing. Finally, we learned that to get back into good standing, you will need to either file your periodic report, file a statement of change to update your registered agent information, or file a statement curing delinquency. Dawn, thanks for being here today.
Happy to help.
And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. State paperwork is hard. We can help. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. You can find links to what we've discussed in the description below. We also picked out 2 other videos you might find useful. You need tools to build something big. Subscribe now.